Boxing truth here. Vasyl Lomachenko should not cherry pick Yuriorkis Gamboa. This is what you call a gross cherry pick. This is just another glorified showcase fight for Lomachenko. I already know what's going to happen. He's going to knock Yuriorkis Gamboa the fuck out. And this fight really does nothing for Lomachenko's career. It qualifies as a cherry pick because Gamboa is not a big draw. He's not the biggest name out there. It's not like Lomachenko is going to make millions of dollars to fight him. Also, Yuriorkis Gamboa is not even rated by the WBO, which is the sanctioning body title that Lomachenko holds at 130 pounds. Of course, Top Rank and WBO president will maneuver the rankings to have Gamboa rated if the fight is going to materialize, but that's not the point. Gamboa is not a worthy contender. He's not a worthy opponent. He's done jack shit for the past few years in his career. His activity levels is that of Andre Ward level type of activity. Only 5 fights in the past 5 years. He didn't fight at all in the year of 2016, and he's coming off a trash performance against Highland Williams. Gamboa is just not operating at the same level anymore. He's past his prime, 35 years old. Reflexes have slowed. His defense is even worse now. His speed, power, and combinations are just no longer there. Wasn't sharp against Highland Williams. Was looking very mediocre in that fight. And I didn't care enough to really score that fight to where I could say I got an accurate scorecard, but Highland Williams, the last opponent Gamboa fought, felt he won the fight. And Gamboa didn't look good. He looked like trash. Timing wasn't there. Looked like an inactive fighter. And now he's going to be inactive again going into a big fight just like he was against Terrence Crawford. Only this time, Gamboa's skills have even eroded even more since the Terrence Crawford fight. Gamboa is not a challenge for Lomachenko. Lomachenko would take advantage of Gamboa's shaky defense, take advantage of his chin, and knock him out, possibly in the middle to late rounds. Just another showcase fight, and it's not a fight that does nothing for Lomachenko. Gamboa is not a worthy contender. Gamboa ruined his career by pulling out of that Brandon Rios fight. He really could have displayed his skills when he was operating at a much higher level at the time. Would have been a tough fight against Rios, who was the champion at lightweight, I believe, at the time. But still, would have been a great fight to see Gamboa showcase his skills against a strong, durable fighter in Rios, who was a lightweight at the time, a lightweight champion. But it wasn't meant to be. Gamboa pulled out of the fight, got bought out of his contract with Top Rank, signed with a dumbass promoter, rookie promoter, and 50 Cent, who doesn't know shit about the boxing business. His company's already bankrupt. And as a result, Gamboa has been inactive. He's only 5 fights the past 5 years. Didn't fight at all in 2016. Only 1 fight in 2015. 2 fights in 2014. It's been a disastrous run in the past 5 years for Gamboa. Ever since he left Top Rank, his career hasn't been the same. He was really had the potential to break through, to be a big star had he taken that Brandon Rios fight, but he didn't. Made some dumb business decision, and as a result, he's possibly going to be heading into another big fight on over a year plus of inactivity. And he doesn't deserve these opportunities, man. He ran away from the prize fight that really could have made him. And instead he's getting opportunities just to be cherry-picked by top-ranked clients. Gamboa is not even rated by the WBO. Hasn't fought in over a year. And the fight does nothing for Lomachenko. Lomachenko is going to get paid handsomely regardless of who he fights. I believe he received his first seven-figure purse against Nicholas Walters, I believe. So his contract minimum keeps Lomachenko at getting some decent purses no matter who he fights because of his contract with Top Rank. But still, I was really hoping for the Salido rematch. It's a much more meaningful fight. Now, people will say Gamboa beat Salido. Yeah, he beat Gamboa beat Salido 6 years ago. Who you think wins that fight now? Who you think's operating at a higher level now? You think Gamboa beats Salido again in a rematch? I don't. You can argue Salido could be a unified super featherweight champion right now. He got screwed royally against Roman Martinez. Should have got that decision. Should have picked up that strap. And you can make a case he should have got the nod against Francisco Vargas, but it was a very close, tight fight. And I thought the draw was the perfect decision for that fight. But you can make a case Salido could have got the nod. You can make an argument Salido could be a unified 130-pound champion. So who you think's operating at a higher level right now? It's Orlando Salido. He's the worthy contender. He's the worthy opponent. But I don't know what's going on with this situation for the rematch. It's being hard to make. So, and I have equal blame on both sides. Salido wants a big purse, feels he's entitled to a bigger purse since he defeated Lomachenko in the first fight. He's also been producing Fight of the Year candidates on HBO airwaves, and he feels that he's entitled to a bigger purse than what he got for the first fight against Lomachenko. Lomachenko is also holds part of the blame for this fight not happening. Hasn't really shown much interest in the rematch. Has been pursuing other fights. States he wants to pursue other champions. But this Gamboa fight ain't a good look, man. It's a disappointing who cares fight. We already know who's going to win. Gamboa is not the same fighter. Past his prime, 35 years old. No longer the elite fighter he seemed to be in his featherweight days. And Salido's the much more worthy contender. And I would pick Salido to beat Gamboa right now in a rematch because Gamboa is just simply not the same fighter. But looks like the rematch ain't going to happen. It's disappointing. Salido's going into a different direction. They're going to pursue the Vargas rematch. Perhaps take an interim fight and go after Francisco Vargas in a rematch that would do some business. But you would think Lomachenko would pursue the rematch harder with Salido, considering there's a thorn on the side that he needs to take out, and that's Orlando Salido. He needs to reverse that decision. He needs to get some payback. He needs to show how much a better fighter he's improved since the first fight, and that with a neutral setting, a better referee, Lomachenko could perhaps even get a stoppage win against Salido in a rematch, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. It's disappointing. And the Gamboa fight is just another glorified showcase fight. There's other contenders within the 130-pound WO rankings. More worthy opponents Lomachenko could fight. If Tevin Farmer is out there, that'll be a more interesting fight. He's a more worthy contender compared to Gamboa right now. Farmer's been more active, but that fight's not going to happen. I'd rather see that fight. I'd rather see the Salido rematch. I'd rather see freaking Lomachenko fight Terry Flanagan for the WO lightweight strap than freaking watch him beat the shit out of Gamboa, who's done jack shit in a number of years. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.